within half a game of the top spot in the East. Fox Sports NBA analyst Ric Bucher joins us now. Rick, are the Nets the best team in the NBA after sweeping both of the LA teams?
The sacrilege I heard in the first hour of this show. No, the Brooklyn Nets are not the best team in basketball. There are two choices for that title, and only two right now. It is your defending champion Los Angeles Lakers, or it is your best record in the league, Utah Jazz. Those are the only two options that we have. I know I keep hearing about how the Nets have the best record against teams above 500. All right, let's throw that out, because you know who had the best record against teams above 500 last year? That would be the Los Angeles Clippers. How did that ultimately work out? Or if you want to look at the bubble and last season as being an aberration, we can go to the year before and look at the team that had the best record against teams above 500. And that would be the Milwaukee Bucks. And I don't remember them ending up being the best team in the league. So I'm going to put that to the side. But Chris, you and I have covered this league a long time, and you just out of hand dismiss the fact that the Nets have issues defensively. You even cherry-picked and put them 21st in defensive rating over the last stretch. How convenient. They're 24th, okay? Let's be real. They're 24th in defensive efficiency, and you're not worried about that. Well, you should be, because champions, we only have one team that was rated anywhere close to that actually won a championship, and that was the three-peat Lakers with Kobe and Shaq, and they had already demonstrated the year before when they won the championship, and they were the #1 defense, what they were capable of. So they put it on cruise control and then turned on the defense when they had to. No team has had a defense as bad as the Brooklyn Nets defense is right now. Can they improve? Sure, they can improve. But if you're asking me if they're the best team in basketball right now, there is no metric by which I can say the Brooklyn Nets are the best team in basketball.
All right, Broussard, he laid waste to you just a moment ago. I'll let you retort. LeVar and I are stunned right now. Wow. We're shocked. I mean,
Rick, that was cute. You put some bass in your voice. You use history, records, all that stuff, cliches. It was nice. But you know that the Brooklyn Nets defense is improving. A week ago, 2 weeks ago, it was like 28th. Now it's 24th overall, but during that stretch, it has been 21st. And here's the thing, Rick, and you see it. The other guys, first of all, let me give Kyrie and Harden credit, because I'm not saying they're great defenders, but they are showing effort on that end. They really are trying. And, I mean, we saw Kyrie last night at times guarding Kawhi Leonard. We saw James Harden at times guarding Serge Ibaka and obviously Kawhi Leonard. And I think that, along with the selflessness they've shown on offense, has gotten those other guys to buy in. And you know this, Rick, if you hit the baseline as far as speed, athleticism, strength, then if you want to be a decent defender, you can be. It's communication, it's technique, and it's effort. And those guys are starting to show that. Their defense has improved lately. Now, you're right in that I want to see it over a long stretch, not just 5 games, 6 games. But when KD gets back, I don't think that's going to hurt the defense. In fact, theoretically at least, with Harden and Kyrie taking up so much of the offensive load, KD, who still give you 30 points, will be able to focus even more on defense. We know they may even bring in other players to help them on that end of the floor. So I'm not saying they're going to be the bad boy Pistons or the Jordan Bulls, but they only need to be adequate, and they only need to be able to get stops when necessary to win it all. Because that offense, Rick, you got to give it to them. The offense is unstoppable. They can get an open shot every trip down. Period. I mean, they don't, because sometimes Kyrie just wants to take a difficult shot, or Harden wants to draw a foul or something like that. but they can get an open shot every single time they want to because they got 3 unguardable one-on-one supermen. So, Rick, look, I didn't pick them yet. I'm waiting a little while before I take them over the Lakers. Ooh. But I think you're dismissing them far too easily and quickly.
Yeah, so LeVar, Rick gave a lot of great defensive numbers, but I think what he's missing is how good the offense is in the league this year. This is maybe the best offensive season in NBA history. Everybody can shoot. Oh, come on, the Clipper defense doesn't really matter that much, does it?
Holy cow.
Rick
they've been the best offense this season for the last 2 weeks. Now they're the best offense we've ever seen. Stop it. Defense sucks.
Well, don't they have the best
Rick had a line. Slick Rick had a line. It was famous. He said, "I need bullets. Hurry up, run." And you know what? That's what LeBron James is saying right now. I need bullets. And you don't have AD. You don't have them bullets that you're looking for. So y'all better hurry up and run. And the thing about it is to say that there's a measurable metric as to what, or metrics plural. What is that for the Lakers? Because right now, I'm with you, Broussard. When I look at this Brooklyn team, it's the fact that they have such prolific scores. You brought up the Lakers, Slick, and you said that they were able to be prolific scorers, and that's why they were able to win those championships, void of being this just powerhouse of a defense or even above serviceable. Brooklyn only has to be serviceable on the defensive end because they will always be able to, A, get leads, B, climb out of deficits, or C, all of the above. And to me, I look at this Brooklyn Nets team, the amount of scoring that you have when you have KD on that roster, I just don't think that you're able to come up with a defensive strategy of any team where you're able to match up with them in a way where you actually give yourself the fairest of opportunities to be able to beat them in the bigger games.
Yeah, it's Rick. I think what you are missing is Brooklyn in the East is they're not going to be touched by anybody. Sixers can't touch them. Bucks have no chance against them. And in the West, you mentioned the Lakers and the Jazz. What do you mean? I mean, what do you need, more than a 10-game sample size here of 3 of the best isolation players in the league? Who's going to stop them? Nobody. You mentioned the Jazz and the Lakers, and I get that, Rick, but they're going to beat each other up, and the Clippers are going to battle as well. I think it's undeniable that the Brooklyn Nets right now are an offense that nobody can stop. There is zero evidence anyone can stop them at this juncture, and they don't even have Kevin Durant yet.
The Clippers stopped them in the last couple minutes last night because of the decision-making by Kyrie Irving, who decided to jack threes early in the shot clock. And meanwhile, Kyrie Irving, yes, he was giving effort at the defensive end, wasn't doing him much good because the Clippers were getting everything that they wanted. The Clippers, I'm not even sure we would be having this conversation if not for 2 of the worst things about the NBA right now, which is that a game was decided by an unmitigated flop, and we have this arbitrary minutes restriction on, time's up, Paul George, got to go off the floor. We got to bring Lou Williams in, who hasn't been doing anything. I know, but, winning the game is secondary. We got to make sure that whatever. So I don't believe we would be having this conversation if the Clippers had won last night's game. And the Clippers, by all rights, should have won last night's game because the Brooklyn Nets could not close out that game. Not offensively, they had the lead. Defensively. And Kyrie Irving's tendency to go into hero ball mode and the fact that they can't defend at a high level are indicators for me that the Nets, in spite of all of you guys throwing them flowers this early,